Probably one of the most classic mistakes we see, in particular manufacturers making, is whole focus is on R&D and commercialization. In other words, they're not doing due diligence. It's not just, can I do this widget, but should I do this widget? And more importantly, what sort of defensible position am I going to get once I've created that product or maybe a service? The other thing to consider too is, in particular, the moment you start looking to export that product or service outside of Australia, is am I infringing or am I going to trip over someone else's intangible assets or IP? And if I am, what can I do to mitigate that before I spend all my money on R&D? We see a lot of manufacturers coming up with great ideas. The idea, as we all know, we all come up with them every day, but it's how am I ultimately going to make money from that idea? So what does it all look like? What's the process? Well, the first thing is, once you've got your idea, is doing your due diligence. In other words, I've started to make sure that the idea is technically possible, legally I'm allowed to do it, and more importantly, there's going to be a market for it. The next is saying, well, how am I going to do that? In other words, what is my commercialization options? And there's three really important components to how you value intangible assets. First of all is the quantitative aspects. In other words, what do the numbers say? What's the potentiality of the market? The second is, what's the qualitative aspects? In other words, how strong and defensible are those assets under pressure to being copied, or am I potentially going to be infringing someone else's? And then third is, what is the market or comparables for that product or service, not just within Australia, but at a global level. And then you need to go and do it.